Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going through the 6 books which I really must read in August. I feel like I'm transitioning into my fantasy, cozy vibes kind of stories, and in the summer I've been reading mainly romance books, and now it's time to get back with my wizards, witches, dragons, all of the best things possible. I've also gone with 6 books just because I really have been reading a lot less, because I am coming to the end of my university degree, so like the work is ramping up and I feel like I have less time to kind of do the things that I really do love. But August I have a little bit more time, so I really am, fingers crossed, going to get through to all of these books. Also, if you see this special guest wandering around, this is Lulu, and I'm actually at my parents' house because I'm flying to Lisbon tomorrow with my 2 friends for the weekend, so keep an eye out because a vlog may be coming for that as well. But she's really annoying, so she probably will be trying to be the centre of attention as I film this. So the first book on my list for August, oh my word, I dropped my iPad. I have got The Spark of the Everflame by Penn. I'm also just showing these on my iPad just because I don't have any of the physical copies with me, which I apologise for, but whoopsie. And this is a series that I've been seeing everywhere on Book Talk, BookTube, and it's highly regarded, highly loved, so it's one that I have really high hopes for. And in this we're following a blacksmith called Anya, and she basically finds out that she has this rare magical ability called Everflame. And I'm just searching up a little bit about it, and it says the world around her is full of elemental magic, kingdoms, and lots of drama. As she learns to control her powers, she gets caught up in political messes and dangerous enemies, all while trying to stop a big war from breaking out. It's got action, a bit of mystery, and some romance sprinkled in as well. And this just sounds right up my street. It's just got all the elements that I would look for in a fantasy book. I feel like I love non-spice books, and I do need that magical kind of world and politics as well, but I do need romance sprinkled in. I'm definitely not a girly that can just read. What do you want? Yeah, I'm not a girly that can just read fantasy without the romance, so Spark of the Everflame, welcome to my August TBR. You are very loved already, I think. Next up, I have got a book in a series which I will be continuing. So this is the 5th book in the Keeper of the Lost City series, and this one is called Lodestar. This is a series that I haven't actually picked up now for a while, but I've loved the books thus far. I feel like I always recommend it to people that are Harry Potter fans looking for something to fill that void, just because it gives similar vibes. Our main character is called Sophie, and she actually learns when she's like 11, 12 years old that she is a telepath. So her whole life she's been able to hear people's thoughts, but she kind of just thought that she was going crazy, and she then gets taken to this elf world, goes to this elf school and learns to control her powers. But obviously there's this underlying kind of eerie evil group that are trying to overthrow the government, and there's a lot going on, and she obviously in these kind of books plays a huge role within this and the story. And yeah, the friendships within this I'm loving, and I cannot wait to see if there is romance connections, because I ship Keith, so Sophie and Keith, and I want them to be together, but we shall see. I have no idea, but I think there's 9-10 books in this series, so once I finish this I will be halfway through. However, yeah, it's a good one. And then next up I have got Silver Elite by Dani Francis. So I'm actually in a little book club from some girls near where I live, and this is our book for actually July, but we can't actually meet up until August, so it's technically going to be our August book, I guess. So this is when we're going to be talking about it, and I actually have no idea about this book. I've just been seeing it everywhere. So once again, I think we need to have a look about what this book is about. But yeah, I've definitely seen mixed reviews for this one, so people either love it or they do hate it. Okay, so apparently this takes place in a world where silver magic is rare and powerful, and only a few elite warriors can control it. The story follows a fierce young fighter who's trying to prove herself in a dangerous magical arena. Okay, so these are things that I I'm tick boxing, I'm liking the sound of, while dealing with rivals, unexpected alliances, and secrets that could change everything. It's got intense battles, magic, and a hero who's ready to fight for her place in a world that's anything but easy. And I'm pretty sure that this is romantasy, so I'm sure that will have heavy themes of romance and connections between our main male character as well. As I was saying, I've seen some people rate it 5 stars, some people DNF it. So I'm hoping I'm going to be a 5 stars girly and be obsessed with it. But it is just risky, especially with books that kind of have a lot of hype in that book talk world universe. I think, it's dangerous to go into things with too much expectations, just because a lot of overhyped things aren't necessarily that deserving of the hype. I've actually forgotten which number book we're on, but book 4, book 5, who knows, it doesn't matter, but they're all amazing. Next up from August TBR, I feel like I already had this on my TBR before, but Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. Now, I feel like I keep putting this off because I really do pray and hope that I'm obsessed with it and every book is a 5 stars, just because I am such a Caraval girly. So she wrote that series and that basically prequels this. And there's so many people that say that this series is even better than Caraval, and oh my word, so I'm not going to look at the synopsis for this because I've obviously read those books, so I kind of do understand the world of Caraval, but definitely read that series first before you go into this one like me, and let's just all put our fingers crossed and hope that it lives up to the hype in my head, because this is definitely one that I just have been putting off because I'm scared and worried that it won't. But will Stephanie Garber fail me? She hasn't yet. Okay, actual book number 5 on the list is actually going to be Bookshops and Bonedust by Travis Baldree. So 1, this cover is stunning, and 2, this is the sequel to Legends and Lattes, which I gave, I think, like a 4.5 stars. It is my favourite cozy fantasy read that I have ever read. So once again, high expectations going into this one. No pressure, Travis, but you better deliver. So if you haven't read that one, it's basically this warrior alien type girl. She doesn't want to do that anymore. She feels kind of lost. She wants a slower life. So she ends up trying to open up a coffee shop on this planet where they have never heard of coffee before. So it's so interesting. You kind of see her go through the process of building this cafe and like the friends that come along with it. There was also hints to a romance towards the end of it. So I'm excited to go into this. And one thing I really did enjoy about that first book was how you didn't have to worry too much about your favourite characters dying or too much action. It was definitely one that you really could just chill out with a, spiced pumpkin latte and just really delve into a new fantasy world. And also it was very easy to take in the information. And yeah, I would feel like I would definitely recommend that for like your first cozy fantasy book. If you're not one for like war scenes and battles, it's perfect. So this one, fingers crossed it's gonna be good. And finally, the last one on the list. This is a bit rogue because I didn't really enjoy the first book that much, but it is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Clarissa Broadbent. So this is the second book in the Nightborn duet. So the first one is like The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. So I think I read that last summer and I just wasn't obsessed with it. I feel like I kept seeing people say it was like the best thing since sliced bread, but I kind of felt like, oh, what am I missing? Because I didn't get into the story and it felt a little bit similar to like other kind of books that I had read before. So I'm putting this on the TBR just to basically get it off my TBR, and who knows, maybe it will surprise me and I will kind of love the book a little bit more than the first one, because with fantasies sometimes you do need to get into the stories and the series. So not sure how this one is actually gonna go, but it's vampires and I can't even like tell you a synopsis of that first book, but our main character is basically entered into these trials to be given a gift from like their god, and a lot happens. We've got like betrayal and things and romance on the side. I feel like maybe if I'd read it, I feel like maybe I was in a book slump at the time, so like did that bring the rating down? But yeah, the final book on my August TBR is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. So there we have it. That is the 6 books that I am wanting to read, and I feel like they really are giving August vibes. I feel like depending on where you live, August is either like peak summer or starting to go into autumn and fall. And I feel like here in the UK, it's giving warm, but it's giving rainy days and cozy reading. So all of these books definitely give that vibe for me, and they're also ones that I really am anticipating. Some of them I'm anticipating not liking them, but then some of them I'm anticipating loving them. So a lot of pressure this month. Praying I get through it, but stay tuned and you'll probably be seeing my thoughts in reading vlogs, daily vlogs. But this video is very short and snappy just because I wanted to get out to you this week while you'll be watching this while I'm in Lisbon. So yeah, if you're watching this, and yeah, leave some comments if you've ever been to Lisbon as well, because I want to know some cool places to go. I'm really excited to vlog it as well with my friends. I feel like it'll be a really good way to create and remember memories as well. So do not forget to give this video a like if you're still here, and I shall see you guys in the next one.